Hi there, girls. This is Krista from Things Are What Matter. Yesterday we did the box frames. Today I'm going to take you through a really fast, quick, and a handy little project to have if you're traveling to crops. I make my own collapsible or foldable garbage cans. It's a very quick fold origami project. I don't recall exactly where I learned this, but you can make these in any sizes as long as what you're working with is an absolute square. So otherwise the length and the width are of the same measurement. I'm going to do this one with a 12 by 12 sheet of paper just for the sake of being able to record this. So what I have is a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and you're going to start by bringing it and taking it to the top. Match your corners and just put a crease in it. I find when I'm doing it with the cardstock, I like to give it a wee burnish with the bone folder. Open it back up. You now have your nice crease down the middle. Now come from the other side, match your corners in your crease, and again fold it. Give it a quick burnish. Alright, so now with the flap, the opening at the top, you're going to take, let me see if I can do this. I'll slide this over so I can keep in the camera. You're going to take this outside corner and you're going to bring it to the top here where the crease is in the center. Try not to let the back part slide on yourself. Bring that up. Make sure the bottom here is pinched nicely. Give it a crease with the bone folder. Take the whole thing, flip it upside down. So now what you've creased is underneath here. You're going to do the same with this side where you take, oops, there we go, this corner, and again bring it to the top corner there just as before. I find sometimes when you hold this centerpiece up, it's just a little easier. This is very stiff cardstock, but it's what I happen to have. Give it another crease. Make sure the point is nicely creased. Now what you should have is something that looks like this. Lay it flat. Now, what I want you to do is to put your hand inside. You see there's like an opening. Pinch this side with this hand. Pinch this with this hand. And just pull it out to the sides. And lay it flat. So now you're going to have your two creases in the middle. Let's see if I can get this. Your two creases in the middle. Flap a diagonal fold, top and bottom. Okay? Lay it down flat. Now, your next, you will see too that you have little flaps on either side. You're going to take this point and this crease that runs top to bottom, you're going to bring this point over to meet that. Now what your aim will be, as you fold it, it's not going to be all the way at the bottom. As you fold this over, you want this measurement and this measurement to be the same. Oh, that looks about right. Bring it down. Give it a good crease. Do the same with the other side. That one's a little easier in that if you just match your tips here, bring it down, give it a good crease. Now this is what you should have. Your two little flaps that have just come in, got your back flaps. Take the whole thing, okay, turn it over. What you're going to do now is you still have your other side, your crease going top to bottom. You have your corner. You're going to crease it in the same way more or less what you're going to be doing is you're just going to follow this line that you previously made with the other side. Give it a good burnish. Again, the same with this side. Doesn't have to be perfect. So here's what we have. This side we have our little flaps. The other side we have our little flaps. The bottom you have a little peak. Now what you're going to do, and this is just kind of pre-creasing, what I've done before is I've taken my ruler, because this is very thick, and line your ruler up with the corners here. Give this a bit of a fold up. Thicker it is, a little bit more difficult it is. And just give it a pinch with your thumbs. Lay it flat. Flip it over. Do the same going the other direction. It's just to start giving this in the box the idea that you're supposed to be bending there when we do go to open it up. Now, we're back to this here. Now what you're going to find is that you have a flap at the top. You can see your two little things. You're going to bring this down and fold it from here to here downward. So let's bring it down and just give it a fold. Good burnish. Okay, now again you're going to take the thing, turn it over. You're going to do the same as what you've just on the other side. Just give it a roll down. Give it a burnish. Okay, so now you've got this, your wings. Now what you're going to do is, you can see there's an opening here. You're going to flip that over and this one over. So what you've just folded is inside on both sides. Again, you're going to take this point and fold it down to this point. Same as what you just did on the other two sides. Give that a burnish. Flip it over. And this is your last part. Give that a burnish. Flip it over. Now what you should have is something that looks like this. These are tucked in. That's pointed and creased. Now what you can do very easily is just start at the bottom where you had the crease, where you started giving it the idea it should open up to. Just put your fingers in there. And what I find is I give these just, sometimes it wants to pop. Now, when I'm traveling, make this as a traveling, it works great as a little snippet bucket. I will sometimes just put a little wee bit of glue or tape there. So for the sake of showing you, I'm just going to just put a wee bit of tape under here. You don't have to. Oops. Of course it wants to be difficult. Okay, so oops, a daisy. Score tape paper everywhere. Put that down. Again. That down. And the last side. You could use glue to do this as well if you wanted to, but being that this particular cardstock sheet that I grabbed happens to have a shiny finish to it, the glue doesn't like sticking to it quite as well. So down she goes. And there, my dears, is your bucket. Now, you've done your crop, you emptied your bucket into the big garbage can over in the corner, what you're going to do in order to take this home is you'll see there's a crease down all the sides. Take your 2 fingers, push it in. At the same time as you're pushing that in, hold. See what you're doing basically is you're just going to fold it back up. And there you go. Ready, flat, and it's good to go home. And it'll lay flat either way. It's not a very good recording I'm doing for you, but that's the best I can. I'm trying to do this with my iPad. So when you get to your next crop, take her out, put your hand in, pop it open, and there she is. As I say, girls, I usually pick up a piece of cheap Bristol board or craft board from a dollar store, cut that square, and that's the size I usually have for in a crop, especially if it's a multiple day crop. For instance, when I'm going to one of Laura Dennison's events, and it's 3-4 days that we're there, so I just have a really good quick place and I'm not dealing with a pile of garbage on the table. I hope this helps. Take care.